Hi, Lara here, also known as Scrappykea. Today I'm going to be sharing with you, along with the rest of our, I think it's called the Stampin' Stencils group now, showing you a little bit about where we store our stamps and our dies, and therefore our stencils and things like that. So I'm going to show you around a little bit. The space is sort of newly set up. I have moved into this room after being sort of tucked into my bedroom for a while, and it's really nice to have a bit more of a set space to work in. However, I just wanted to share with you some of the storage, even though my video will be a little bit later than the rest of the group. So up behind me you can see just up there where most of my stamps are stored. I'll flip the camera around and give you a better look at that, as well as sort of show you down to my left here. I've got sort of things that I am yet to use tucked in here, and below there, just which is the left of my desk where I work, is embossing folders, and there's a whole lot of my die cuts and things like that. Anyway, I will flip you around and show you some of those other spaces. Here is where most of the stamps are stored. The Stampin' Up ones are pretty cool in that you can sort of see what's in each of the collection. Now previously I was using a lot of Close to My Heart, and I do have some of them tucked in. I'm going to zoom down this shelf unit, and they are inside a box here, ready just to pull out, and I can flip through. So most of the ones I've kept here are alphabet and things that I use for different purposes. So I've got them tucked in there. If I carry on back up to where those stamps were, and I sort of zoom around a little bit, you can see my desk here. Just to the left of my desk, I've got sort of the new and upcoming things, or the things in our new minis and things that are coming out, so I can have a play around with them. I just sort of tuck as much as I can in there. The only thing I can't sort of fit is the 12 by 12 designer series papers, but most of it is tucked in there. Or apart from some of these die cuts that I've got here are part of a new collection called the Storybook Collection, and that is being released on the 7th of January, so you'll be able to see those come out then. And further down, as I showed you before, there's sort of the embossing folders in a box here, and then I've got the die cuts in a box here. So we're changing the group this year to Stamping and Stencils, or Stampin' Stencils. And so a lot of the time when I make stencils, or when I do stenciling, I often end up using different shapes from my dies and creating my own stencils that fit with the layouts that I'm using. So there's just a couple of alphabet ones, there's some general shapes, and a few different ones. Now it's kind of hard to see what's in these. I sort of know and have an idea from the catalogues because I purchased them for what I wanted to use them for, but I do need to work on some way of displaying these. So I'm looking forward to seeing the videos that others have created, and they may have some of those ideas. One of the things I've done with the likes of these alphabet letters is when I've cut out extras, I pop them back in there. So that might be a way, if I cut out a few more and perhaps stick them on the back of these little folders here. Another thing that I do when I get my stamps, I'll show you in a second. I'll just put this box away and grab some stamps out and show you what this looks like. So what I have here are a few of the stamp cases that I was showing you up in the shelf before, and these three are all actually ones that are about to be released on January 7th. But if I open this up, probably when I should have put my camera on the tripod, I've got the stamps here, but over the side I've actually taken these Stampin' Cut and Emboss out of these little plastic folders, and I just tuck it inside the stamp packet if they are matching stamps and dies. So that's just something I've done there. And that particular one, I haven't stuck them on magnetic sheets yet, but I've also got, if I open this one here, which is that Storybook one that I showed you some of the die cuts that come in the set before. There's the stamps. And what I've also got is I've got some really thin magnetic sheets, and it works quite nicely, especially if they're 2 pages worth or 2 sheets worth of die cuts. I've just sort of stuck them on these, and again I'm keeping them inside these little handy stamp cases. So that's just a wee strategy I've come up with for keeping my dies nice and neat and with the stamps that I'm going to use them for. For stencils that I sort of use, I've just got these 12 by 12 sort of flip cases here that I purchased through Close to My Heart quite a while ago, and they're just quite a handy size for keeping the stencils and things, especially so that it's portable and I can take with me to crops, as well as sort of look through them to find the stencils that I want. Some of them I've created myself, some of them I think that's an older Stampin' Up one, and then some tucked in behind here. This was a plaid type one that's got a few different layers to it. That was by Close to My Heart. Here I have got one of the new Stampin' Up ones that was from my sort of shelf over to the left of where I sit at the desk that I haven't quite used yet. Because these are kind of go together, they link together, and they you can layer them up and build them on top of each other. What I'll probably do is put them into one of the empty Stampin' Cut and Emboss folders that I've got here, and it looks like they should be just about a perfect fit, because I want to be able to keep them all together. The other thing that I've got is sometimes the stamps, so this stamp set here, you can see I've used it quite a bit, comes with both the dies, but it also comes with masks that can be used for colouring it in, and there's quite a few different layers to it. Again, that's where I keep them, where I can, all together in the same stamp case. So that's just another little handy storage or a handy way of keeping things together that I'm going to use them. So I hope that's given you a bit of an idea of some of the different ways that I've got things in storage ready to use. If you've got any questions, pop them below. I'm really looking forward to looking and seeing what some of the others in this hop have shared, because I probably need a few more tips and ideas from them. But thanks heaps for watching. Again, any questions, hop them below. And I look forward to sharing more stamping and stenciling with you this year.